I believe that the two sides are not being genuine when they are talking about reforms in the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is going to conduct elections for the whole country, elections for the president, elections for the senator, the governor, the MP, the women rep, and the MCS. And yet we are talking about involving only Jubilee and the court in resolving the standoff surrounding IEBC. I believe that all Kenyans must have a say as to the roadmap of reforms at the Electoral Commission. And Kenyans can be represented from different aspects, different spheres. We have the civil society, we have the media, we have the political class, we have the religious faiths in the country. Those must be involved. When we are talking about reforms and genuine reforms that revolves around taking the country forward beyond Jubilee and the court, then it is important that all political parties be brought on board, be given a say, have an opportunity to participate, contribute, and draw a roadmap, a workable roadmap that can avoid what happened in 2007 and 2008. The aftermath was there for everybody to see. We should not slide again back to where we've come from. It is ridiculous and wanton, I think, destruction of the people's trust on the elected leaders to believe and even to imagine that it is only court and the Jubilee that must have the people they accept, the people they accommodate as commissioners of the electoral body. It is ridiculous. There are several other players whose interests must also be catered for. And remember that this commission must be, under the Constitution, independent of any political player. But now when Jubilee and the court comes up with proposals on the people to sit in the selection panel that will pick ultimately the commissioners for IEBC is ridiculous. Because really, when you have Jubilee represented by X or Y in a particular selection panel, then it means X and Y would be channeling the views and the interests of the political association that sent him or her into that particular panel. It's ridiculous that at the end of the day, if Kenyans do not rise up and defend their own constitution, that at the end of the day, we are going also to have a commission that is composed of just Jubilee and the court. And yet, there are 40 or so million Kenyans whose interests are not generally articulated by these two political parties. Other people subscribe to different ideologies that are articulated by other associations and institutions that must be represented. I believe our politicians are not being genuine. Sometimes they look at their selfish interests. And it is important that the Kenyans realize that at the end of the day, when politicians approach us, when they appear out there to talk to us, whatever they are telling us, it is coated in their selfish interests. To percolate and penetrate into the heart of a politician, it requires a lot of understanding of how politics in the country is played over time. Our politicians are always driven by their own agenda. So when they are telling us that we want to reform IEBC, their plans could be short-lived because politicians look at what they can achieve within a particular time frame. It is within that particular time frame they will craft a strategy, policies, ideologies that will be able to influence their supporters and voters to achieve that particular objective. They will not look beyond where the objective stops. At the end of the day, the objective of Kenyans is to have a peaceful country, a country that has respect, tremendous respect for the rule of law at the end of the day, and not one that sings to the whim of a few politicians within a particular time frame.